Okay, we're going to find the equation of the circle. They tell me that the endpoints of the diameter at 3, -4, and -3, 6. So in order to write the equation of the circle, we need to know that it is x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared is equal to r squared. So there's the equation of our circle. So what we need to do is find h, k, and r. So we need to find the center of the circle, and then we also need to find the radius. Well, let's think about this. If I had a circle and they told me that there's one of the ends of the diameter and there's the other one, if I use the distance formula and then cut it in half, that will give me the radius. So to find the distance between these 2 points, just go ahead and do the distance formula. So we'll find the radius here real quick. So distance is going to equal x2 minus x1 quantity squared plus y2 minus y1 quantity squared. And just clean that up. We get a -6 squared and then 10 squared. That, of course, is 36 and 100, which is the square root of 136. And then you need to try and break that down. And breaking down the square root of 136, 4 goes in there 34 times. So this turns into 2 squared roots of 34. Now, you got to keep in mind, though, that is the entire diameter. We don't need the entire diameter, we just need the radius. So the radius is half of that. So if you just divide this by 2, that'll give you your radius. So our radius is square root of 34. So that can plug into our formula up here now. Okay, then the other part is we got to find the center, which is h and k. Well, the center, of course, like it is, right smack dab in the middle. So if you do the midpoint formula, you'll be able to find the center of the circle. So using the 2 points they gave me, we're going to average the x's and then average the y's. So we have 3 plus a -3 over 2. And then our y values were -4 plus 6 all over 2. And then clean that up. We get 0 over 2 and 2 over 2, which of course is going to turn into the point 0, 1. This is h and k. And now we can plug that in up above 2. So if you look at the equation we wrote down, it was x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared is equal to r squared. Plugging in everything we know, h was 0, k was 1, and r was the square root of 34. And then just continue to clean that up. X minus 0 is just going to give me x squared. Y minus 1 quantity squared stays. And then when you square root a squared, or you square a square root, they're going to cancel out with each other, and we're left with 34. There is the equation of this circle right here. Okay, finding the center and radius of the circle, and then we're going to graph it. So this one is in proper form, so it's x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. So it's pretty easy to figure out what h and k are. It's just opposite of what you see inside your parentheses. So I see a -1, so I know that h is going to be a +1. And in the second parentheses, I see a +2, so opposite of what I see is going to be a -2. And then the radius squared is equal to 12. So take the square root of both sides, take the square root of both sides, and you're going to break that down. You get square root of 4, square root of 3. So the radius is 2 square roots of 3. Now, since we're graphing, I need to know what that is so I can make a better graph. So the radius, I just plugged that into my calculator, and I got about 3.46-ish, so about 3.5. So to graph this one then, you're going to go 1 to the right and down 2. There's the center of our circle. And then our radius is 2 square roots of 3, so I'm going to go that in every direction. So I'm going to go up about 3.5-ish, 1, 2, 3.5-ish. Go to the right, 1, 2, 3.5-ish. Go down, 1, 2, 3.5-ish. And to the left, 1, 2, 3.5-ish. And then you just connect your dots, and there's your circle. 4. Get 144 over there. Oops. And then we need to set this thing equal to 1, so I'm going to divide everything by 144. 9 divided by 144 is just 1 over 16, so we get x plus 3 quantity squared over 16 plus 16 divided by 1 over 144 is 1 over 9, so we have y minus 1 quantity squared over 9 is equal to 1. Okay, is this going to be an up, down, or a side, side? Look for the denominator that's biggest. It's under the x, so this one is going to be a side, side. It's going to be horizontal. So finding the center, it's opposite of what we see. H goes with the x value, so we've got a negative 3. K goes with the y value, which is 1, so our center's at negative 3, 1. A is the square root of 16, so we got 4. B is the square root of 9, which is 3. And for the ellipses, we take a squared minus b squared. So 16 minus 9, and then square root that. We should get the square root of 7. And since we are getting ready to graph this, if you wanted to go ahead and just kind of plan ahead a little bit here and get the decimal, it's about 2.6. Okay, so we know this is horizontal, so let's go find our vertices. So we're going to go left and right, our a values. So we're going to go left and right 4. So we're going to go left and right 4. Foci are the same direction, so we're going to go left and right square root of 7, which is about 2.6. So we'll go about 2.6 each direction. There's your foci. And then let's go ahead and write the vertices and the foci. So when you're moving side to side, you're changing your x values. So if you want to count, you sure can, or you can just use your center and know that when you find your vertices, you're adding and subtracting your a value. And you always want to clean that up. You don't want to leave it like that. So negative 3 minus 4 is a negative 7. So negative 7, 1 is one of our points. And then a negative 3 plus 4 is 1, 1, puts us at our other vertice right there. Foci, since we had the square root of 7 on that one, we can't really clean that up too much more. So it's just going to be negative 3 plus or minus square root of 7, comma 1. That's where our foci are going to be located. Okay, how fat or skinny is this ellipse? Use your b value. So you're going to go up and down 3 from the center. And again, when we move up and down, we change the y value. So we're going to do a negative 3, comma 1, plus or minus our b value, which is 3. And then we always want to clean that up if we can. So we get a negative 3, and then 1 minus 3 is a negative 2. And then the second point, 1 plus 3 gives me 4. Those are your co-vertices right there. And then plot your points to get your ellipse.